Our next stop, 120 kilometers south in Okanagan Falls, features a grape that arrived from Alsace, France to British Columbia in 1976.
So today I'm going to go through and taste all of our individual components of our Pinot Gris and then work together to put those into our final blend. So we have a couple of different vineyards, different soil sites, and different fermentation techniques. All of those different components are going to add their own individual flavors and texture to this final wine.
Do you have a basic plan going in, or do you know where it's going to go this year or next? Because it's this year, do you know where it's going to go? Can you tell us about how the blend will come together?
Really, one of the important parts for me about winemaking is making sure that the fruit expresses itself. So going in, I didn't really have a clear, exact, precise idea of what I wanted from each vineyard. I just wanted it to show what it was going to produce. So we've got some components that are spicy, we've got some more that are fruit forward, some more textural components. Essentially, as soon as the individual components have finished fermentation, that's when I'm starting this blending process. So then I'll start pulling samples, doing blending trials, and tasting not only with me, but also other winemakers, and getting their input as well. So although we're putting this blend together now, I have been working on this blend for about a month now.
And can you tell us just briefly about the vessels that you use, what you're going to get from stainless steel or wood or concrete or whatever it is that's going to go into the blend?
So for each of these different vineyards and the different blocks that I have, I usually did a stainless steel fermented portion and a barrel fermented portion. So the stainless steel is really going to be able to hold on to the beautiful, delicate fruit characteristics, really pretty aromatics. And the barrel portion is going to give it some texture and some richness and roundness. We steered clear of using a bunch of new oak, so you're not going to get a huge amount of like big oaky, buttery flavors, but you're just going to get that kind of texture from the barrel. So I'm going to go ahead and put together the blend now. So I've got a portion here that is from our Okanagan Falls vineyard here at Liquidity. So this is the majority of the blend, just based on final volumes. And this is the tank fermented portion, and then there's also a small portion that is in oak. So we'll add that to the blend. And then I have another portion from West Oliver. Again, I've got a tank fermented portion and a barrel fermented portion. The majority of this blend is actually from our Lusitano vineyard here in Okanagan Falls. And then to finish it off, there is a splash of a barrel fermented East Oliver section. So all of these individual components, based on their final volumes and their ratios, we've created our final blend here. And now the most important part of it is trying it, making sure that we love it. So you're getting some of like the richness from the oak on the nose a little bit, but a lot of it is still very much, because the majority was stainless steel fermented, there's still a lot of really beautiful, fresh, fruity aromatics. But you do get that oaky component on the palate. So there's some richness, there's some really cool spicy pear notes, some nice complexity coming in from those barrel fermented portions.
So if this is going to be the final blend, what happens now, and how important is it? When do you get it together? How long before you bottle it? That sort of thing.
We're now going to take all of those barrels that are out there in the winery and transfer them into a bigger tank and blend all of those other tanks together. And we're going to probably start doing that in the next couple of weeks. And then over Christmas break, we'll turn the glycol cooling in and start a process called cold stabilization. After that, we'll filter, and this wine is destined to go to bottle the second week of February.